So yesterday was Mother's Day. Shout out to all the moms, especially my own mother, who I appreciate, who I love, who I am thankful and grateful for every single day. Because if it wasn't for my mother, there's a lot of things I wouldn't know or understand about life. There's a lot of experiences I wouldn't have had. So shout out to you, Mom. I love you. Let me read a quote to you from Victor Hugo. A mother's arms are made of tenderness, and children sleep soundly in them. What I love about this quote is it reminds us, right? Like I remember when my son was born, my oldest son. First thing they did when they brought him out into the world was they put him on his mother's chest. They put him to hear her heartbeat. Why? Because when you're in the womb, you're used to that sound. Now you're out in the world and you're freaking out because you don't know what's going on. So they put you as a little baby, newborn baby, on your mother's heart, that you can be soothed, so that you can relax, so you can feel safe, right? The safety of a mother's arms. I think that's something that a lot of us men, if we're honest, we're chasing that throughout our life. Now, I don't mean we're all clingy. I don't mean that we all have mother issues, although some of us do. And for those of you who do not have a positive role model of a mother to look up to, who have not had a good experience with your mothers, my heart goes out to you. But as men, we're looking for that safety. Yes, we know our role as men is to create safety for those around us, right? That's a traditional role of a man. And I believe that transcends gender identities, because there's not always a man in the picture. Sometimes there's a one individual is a woman, or someone else who identifies as another gender, other altogether, who is doing the protecting and the mothering, if you will. So besides that, I'm talking to the men because that's who I can relate to. That's the life I know. That safety that we're looking for, that contentment, that place that is identifiable, that is familiar to us. What does that search look like? What is it made of? And here's something that I was thinking about. And again, I can only relate to my own life. That's why I do what I do as a coach. That's why I promote myself as someone who can help other men, because I've had help my entire life. My mother being one of those sources of help, one of the greatest, one of the most important in my life. But as a man, I can only really speak to other men and really can only present my life and what I've lived. But here's what I've learned is that safety, that place of feeling safe, is where we operate best. So, to put it in perspective, you're trying to get a new career, you're trying to achieve new goals that are beyond your current capacity. But if you're not in a place where you can steady your feet, where you're hearing that heartbeat, like the newborn baby, where you're feeling like, hey, this is familiar. I can work from here. I can, just like that baby, I can grow from here. I can begin to grow. I can begin to develop from here. It's very important that we find that. Like the safety of a mother's arms, it's very important that we find that safe place, that place of familiarity, where we are comfortable growing, where we are comfortable developing, where we are comfortable challenging ourselves. Now, being comfortable in doing that does not mean that the feeling of comfort is going to come, because we know that growth, change, requires a painful discomfort. But you cannot approach that until you've found a place of familiarity, at least in my experience. So if you're a man, or anyone else watching this and you can relate, leave me a comment, hit the thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And I hope you celebrated your mother yesterday if you were fortunate enough to still have her, which I am. If you're not, my heart goes out to you. And if you've never had a great experience with your mother, may you be that experience that you wanted someone else to be. Whatever your gender is, may you be that experience you wish you had to someone who's close to you in your life. Remember, we're not responsible for what happened to us, but we are definitely responsible for what we do about it. Take care.